Hello folks, Sam Owens here, and we've got a 3D pinball puzzle, they call it, or a build. It's a wooden kit. This is the picture of it by ROKR, and it's really a fun project for the whole family to assemble this. And we're going to show you the preliminary setup for the assembly and give you some basic information. It's good for kids above 14, and this is what it looks like. You open this up from the bottom, and once we do that, you lift it up like this, and you've got your instruction manual, which we're going to go through the preliminaries of showing you just how to go through the user manual and identify which sheet that your parts are going to be on. And this is the parts right here, wooden. You push them out, and actually they press out. It's laser cut, so it's a real fine cutting to precision. And this one happens to be A. Each sheet is labeled with a letter, and this is the first one, A. And now this is sheet B, and there's the parts, and they're pointing to them. There's B17, and then you have C. Then over here is D. Those are smaller sheets. And then you get the full size sheet. So this is sheet number, or letter F. So all of the F parts are on this one. And then G is the next sheet, and alphabetically right on down the list. So you can see how when you have a part with a letter and a number, you can find it easily. And assembly instructions, and right here are some attentions, and then here's a guide for some of the symbols, explaining it, and some of the parts. This is the first sheet that has the instructions right here. That's assembly instruction number 1, and then here's the way the parts work out. H1, so that would be on sheet 8, or it could be part 8. It may be a part. And then you have a dotted line, and then all of these are on the I sheet right there. And then you have these two, which are P designations. So you see how they assemble them. Once you go to that sheet, you got all of those parts. And then they're showing you each one of these. Like this is step number 1, and they're pointing up to this. Step number 2 is right here, and what it's showing is you do this, and then step 3 is right there, and this is step 3. So you go right on through the list. We're going to start this, and this is one complete function right there. And this is what it looks like when you're finished. Now this is the next step. And this is all part of this step 1. Notice they don't show another step until you get over to here. On page 3 or 5 is step 2 starts there. So step 1 takes you all the way to this point right here. This is the completion. So what you'd want to do is gather the parts that you need, maybe for that first page, run through, look at all of those parts, and you could get these parts also and have them ready that you can assemble them, because they're on different sheets. Like this, some are on B and one is on I, and you have some more over here that are on I. Here's some more parts in underneath, and there's other parts that are gathered here and right here. So and they're all numbered, P1 through P19, and we're going to need P18. So that just gives you an example. So that's that lock nut right there is P18. So that's a little example. Now here's another little sheet, parts list, that will help you identify, like that's P18 right there, and that's it. Now there was a bag with the P numbers, like this is actually P25, and that was in a bag, and this is P18, which is that little nut right there, was in another bag. And then you have the H, so I have board number H, and there's H1, and it's showing 1H1 right there. And then we've got all of the I's. So here are all of the I's. The first I is I1, right there is I1. And then right on down the line until we have K8. K8 is a tool right here, and it's on board K, which right there is K8. So we're going to push that out, and it's a little thing to tighten this up with. Okay, they've got everything there, and that's how we're going to go about it. I'm going to show this first part right here. They're showing this, and right here is a note, printed side out, like that. It wouldn't be like that. So everything is kind of obvious when you look at the picture and you hold it like that. They're showing putting P25 through this hole right here and putting the nut on the other end. So just like they show, this goes in here like that, and you just push it in there. Then you take this nut either side, thread it or pass it over the connector, and come over here and tighten this up like this. And they're saying use K8 tool to tighten that up nice so that it doesn't loosen up on you. And I just push on this and it will pop right out. Very easy. These are easy to get out. Deal. So we just tighten her up just firmly. There we go. That's enough. And this is where we're going to get power right here. And now we go to step 2, which is right here. We're going to use I-17, and they're showing 2 I-17s. And right up here they show X2. So that's how you can tell that you're going to use 2 parts. Now we're down at this part right here, the second part. And notice how all of this is flush. So you push down on this till it's all the way down. And now that's part number I7. And it's got the numbers printed on it right there, I7. And I6 is going over here. And it's going to go, according to this, right into that area right there. And it's going to go with this side out. Notice how this is on the outside, and we got another one like that. You want to put it like that. And so this will go right on here like this. That particular I6. And you just put it on there and push down, and you can use it on a hard surface, making sure it's lined up good, and it should, there. Okay, there we go. So, and then look at it carefully to see if it looks like the picture. Now we've got 2 parts that are going to go on. This is H1 and I5. I5 is shown going on first, and you hold this like this, try to orientate the picture just like that, and then place this onto these areas that they show, and it's pointed like this. And so this is going to go right here like this. Nope. Yeah, this is going to go over these and go all the way down to there, like that. That's the connection point. So we do it like this. Put that over that. This over here. And you may have to move these around a little bit to get them lined up. Okay. There. You don't want it to get caught on that. So see, this will guide right down into there. And then just slowly move them down. And it will go. And they're showing the only connection point is right there. So you push these together firmly. Got to line them up. And also over here. In 3 places actually. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so you just got to look and make sure it's lined up and squeeze down there and here. And you may have to push it over and push it down like this. Looking to be sure it's not there. That's cocked a little bit, see? If it's up, so get it flat and then push all the way down. And then examine to be sure that see, this one's cocked a little bit. So make sure it's all the way down. This, I'm spending time showing you this, how when you're going down, you're going to have to keep it going parallel with it, or it'll bind. Okay, and now that's correct. All right, now this one is going to go over top of that and go on to these areas. And let's see, we have to put this in the correct position. The flat side is toward the back, and so we do it like this. So this goes over that, and this goes here, like that. And then we're going to line it up, and it's going to slide down. So you don't want it to hook there. As you see, it's going to slide down. Okay, so we go over here and slide this down. So you have to move the parts around a little bit to get them to fit in there. And we're right like that. So you have to kind of look at it. And now, kind of go down together like that. This side. So don't just push one side, kind of get them to go down together and be looking. See how it's cocked a little bit, so when it cocks it, yeah, this might help to kind of watch it as it goes down and squeeze these. Yeah, there. And there's no tabs connecting, they just want that look. All right, there. You look it all out and then put it back, and then you watch this, and now we have I4 is going to fit up through some of these. So we'll get I4 and continue. But I just wanted to show you the basic of how to line these up. This is going to be part of the strategy, or it will be difficult if you don't observe binding so it looks like it slides over things. It goes in just like this, and you line it up in there, and then you line these up, and then you have to line that. This part needs to go in through there. So as you put it down on your table, you can kind of rock it and then push down, making sure it's all down. And that's what it should look like when you're finished. And if you'll notice, the picture is the same right there, and right there. Now we're just going to go ahead and complete this whole number 1